Hi everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Chef Sawarto. There's been questions about asking me, how do you sharpen a knife, chef? How do you actually handle a knife? Before we go into sharpening knives, I want to share a little bit of this, safety aspects of knife handling. A lot of people think that it's okay, when my knife is blunt, the safer it is. You're actually wrong. So you should work with a very, very sharp knife so that there's a precision in terms of knife handling and cutting. So that's where, when you slice onto a piece of tomato or slice on a piece of meat or onion, especially something round, there is no way that you're gonna have that object, slipped from your hand. That's where you always cut and slice off any parts of your fingers. So that's very, very important. So remember, sharper knives, safer knives. I'm going to show you how we can handle the knives from a very basic to a professional way of sharpening. So let's check out the video. Okay, so this is what we have normally for knife sharpening. Just want to share with you some of the things that we prepare. So you normally need a cloth. You're going to dampen this so it's to prevent moving, it's for safety. And then we have different stone blocks. Stone are always the best when you have a very blunt knife. So it's pretty important that you choose a good quality piece. But for practical home usage, I only just recommend one. Usually it comes with two surfaced. The smaller the number means the stone surface is rough. It's more on the rough side, and it's more on the cleaner finishing side. So you always start on the rough, which is the lower number, and then you start on the fine, which is the higher number. It's applicable for all different knives, but bear in mind that you got to make sure that the knife, when you handle it, just make sure that you do not cut yourself while handling it. So I'll show you. And here we've got this specialty. I'll get to learn about this recently as well. It's known as a knife eraser, or we call the rubber. What is this for? This is purely optional. You don't need these. You do not need these at home. So after you have the knife sharpened, sometimes you see a bit fuzzy, scratches or things on your knife or uneven surfaces. You can just use this to rub off, all these stains that you have on the knife. Or sometimes you have rust patched even on the knife. You can just use this to kind of erase it. We call this the knife eraser. Okay, right. And over here we have a sharpening steel, or we call it the FUSIL. This is also a sharpener, but once your knife is very blunt, this doesn't really help. But this is good for daily maintenance, what we call it. So you do this in a 30-degree angle. You see that? If I do it on slow, in a slower motion, yep, it's the left and the right kind of consistency. Or some chefs do it this way, upwards. You can do downwards, you can do outwards, but remember to have them on an equal balance as you go, like this, okay? Some chefs do it this way, put it on the table. This is a safer way for starter. See this way? Do it this way. It's always 30 degrees or to 20 degrees, never go more than 45 degrees. No, in fact, never go more than 30 degrees, because 45 degrees, you make your knife blunt. So always 20 to 30 degrees. Or depending on knife, some knives only have sharpen on one side. Japanese knives, if you sharpen on one side, just go on one side. Okay? So remember, this is more like a daily refreshener or freshener, we call it, just do. In a professional way, you do this way. Okay, or you can do it this way, outwards or inwards. And this is a guard so that you do not slash your own fingers. So it's very important, okay? This is to keep it daily, I repeat again. And this is, you do it weekly, maybe monthly, depending on your usage. But some people are guilty of not even sharpening their knife. So a lot of people say, hey chef, what's the best knife? Stop all this nonsense, okay? Just maintain your knife, get a decent price knife, maintain it well, you always get sharp, safe handling knives at home, okay? Or even in your professional kitchen. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we sharpen the knives. It's pretty straightforward. I'm just going to show you one, right? The same theory and principles applies to both of this, right? But I'm going to show you one, how we're going to do it. So same thing, always prepare a bowl or a container of water, cold water, and you have to just soak your stone for about 30 minutes. I'm just going to do a quick one, just get it moist. Remember, never sharpen your knife on a dry stone. It's not going to be as effective. All right? And there's one more thing that I want to share is the motion of sharpening knives. Many times, you do it the wrong way, you can start to see your knife block actually concaved. You will hurt your knife after regular usage. Okay? So you need to do a sequence that you get a nice balanced flat surface. Okay? And look, the more it bubbles, the better your stone is. Take a look at the bubble. Just going to dab my cloth a little bit so it has an anti-slipped, kind of a mini anti-slipped. Okay, see, if it's still absorbing a lot of water, make sure you keep your bowl of water next to it and make sure that it doesn't dry off. If it dries off very fast, you need to keep dapping it with water, okay? You can put 3 or 4 fingers here from the tip in this direction, and you kind of follow the contour as it goes. Look, okay, 1, okay, count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see it's dry up again? More, right? I'm kind of struggling now because I did not pre-soak them. And when this happens, I like to turn the knife, okay, 180 degrees again. 1, 2, remember tip to tip, 3, 4, 5, 6, dry again, see? Don't lose count. 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, it's always at a 20 or a 30 degrees. Depending on knife, it could be on a 10 degrees as well. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, continue. Okay, this is one way. This is one classic way of handling it. Remember, whatever you do, keep them balanced so your stone is well balanced and well maintained. There's always one direction, okay? If not, it's this direction, right? Don't do this, all right? Okay? The other method is you can do, depending on the blade of your knife, is just do forward. And then as you move along, you just move your knife from left to right. There you go. This is also, you can maintain a nice shape on your stone. And then you remember to turn it around again. Dap it with water again. And then you do this again as you go. 1, and you move your knife here gradually. That's what you do. Okay? And the same thing, you turn it around and then you do this again. Okay? And when you have a nice sharp surface, you can feel it by just rubbing this. And sometimes you start to feel a little bit of fine sandy particles, like you can see a few dots of particles. This is when you want to use a smoother surface on the other side. There's always a rough and smooth surface, okay, on the other side to do the finishing like this. Okay? There you go, like this. And you go on. You get a nice finishing. Alternatively, once you start to get a sharp knife, but you start to feel, there's this kind of few dots happening, this is where you want to do with the FUSIL. Okay, or the sharpening stone. This is where it will get rid of all this. It's a final finish, okay? And there you go, super sharp. Okay, for the small knives, this motion, okay, and then this motion, or you can do from the tip to the end motion, tip to the end, like this. You realize I'm going at a slanted, okay, here, or you can do this. Remember, in one direction. Alright, it's pretty straightforward, and once the knife is clean and ready, if you start to see some stains that you don't like, you can always erase it. This is a knife eraser, and you clean up the entire fuzzy things. This is going to shine beautifully here, see? Yes, it is working, right? Or remove any rust or stains. Okay, this is how you maintain your knife. And some basic principles of how you maintain your knife: never ever soak your knife overnight. I know it can be made of all types of steel. If you soak them in water overnight, you will see rust spots, and it can be quite difficult to get rid of. And do not use your knife to hack on bones or any surfaces that's not meant to be. Remember, a thin and sharp knife are meant for cutting and slicing. You can do very light cutting even on chicken bones or tendons, but you don't want to hack it through the bones too much because it's going to damage your knife. You're going to create a lot of dents. So that's what you want to avoid. Can I use this knife here? Yes, you may. But if your knife is pretty heavy, or if it's not the very high quality type, but you want to use it on a stone, you can buy a different type of stone, a more affordable stone or a cheaper piece of stone, and then you start finishing it first. And when it's ready, then you want to put it on a more precious stone like this. Okay, this will cost you about $50 plus minus, and I think this one will also be around that kind of price. But if you're a professional chef, you can always invest, in different types of stone, right? So I hope this helps. So remember, keep a sharp knife regularly. Sharp knife is safe knife, okay? So have fun.